welcome to Around the Campfire.
Okay. I
What?
didn't know it was that kind of podcast.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
always that kind of podcast.
I
Okay,
mean,
well,
if we're aiming to be sexy, I'm out because I don't do sexy. I do awkward. I do awkward really well.
Hey,
Um,
awkward sexy is in though.
is it? That's new to me.
uh,
Maybe?
mm, doubtful. But we will cherish your dreams, cherish them, and hold them close. Welcome, everyone, to Around the Campfire. I am Catherine, aka Barda,
I'm Jackie.
And I'm Nicola.
and
We're the Cameo Gang.
Yay!
we're the Cameo Gang. So I guess this is our very first episode, and we get to tell all kinds of wonderful things. I have absolutely nothing to say, but we can tell all kinds of wonderful stuff.
So if you ever want to feel like you had an exciting trip to Walmart, we're your podcast.
Definitely. Like, we're that car ride with your family, and you got stuck to the sibling that you like the most.
Only child can't relate, sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Yay! Okay, so I think a good place to start would be why the Cameo Gang?
Oh, geez. Well,
Hmm.
I think before we even do that, we have to kind of go back way, way back to the land of the beginning, which is
To the time of the Cretaceous where dinosaurs walked the earth.
March 2020.
Damn, they were walking around there. Might explain why I see some things in my town.
It was
So,
March 2020. It was a rainy day. Actually, it was nighttime, if I recall.
It probably was raining where I am, so I can't remember.
Probably. It was a rainy day. Which one?
so the last few months have been exceptionally hectic and crazy, and just all around, there's just so much going on. So we all met during these very weird and crazy times, and we've just kind of became friends. But I think we should all kind of go around on how we by accident fell into each other's pocket.
You guys got some really big pockets if I fell into them. Just saying.
Yes, same. And I was thinking, is that a short person joke? I'm not sure, but
So,
Well, let's see. I met Jackie through Twitter.
mhm.
Over on the Twitter universe, there is a very big Red Dead community,
Mhm.
and we met through there because one night, I think I don't remember if you had followed me
I
randomly.
I did, and I don't remember exactly how I found your name. I think you may have followed me first, and I had just kind of revamped everything, like had a whole identity crisis, and I was like, no, I'm gonna have a new identity now. And then you started following me, and I think I followed you back, but I'm not quite sure. I don't know who followed who first.
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't remember either. Um, but I met Jackie through Twitter, and how we started talking was that I had posted a story that I had worked on for like the last 4 months since the beginning of the year. And I finally had finished it. I was like, this is it. I'm not writing any more after this. This is the only thing I've written in the last 4 months.
This is the
And
hill I choose to die on.
basically, and I posted it, and I was like, who wants to read it? And Jackie was like, I would love to read it. Thank you very
Actually,
much.
no, no. That's not how it happened. Back it up. Let's reverse that. Okay, so what actually happened was you said, I wrote some fan fiction. It's trash. Would anyone like to read some trash? To which I responded, I would because I'm a trash panda. And then
That's true.
like you hit me up, you slid into my DMs like, here you go, I got your trash that you ordered. And I was like, thank you, kind miss. I do enjoy trash.
Oh, jeez.
And I had just gotten off of work. So I was like, I'll just read like a little bit of this because she was like, oh, it's not very good and it's very long and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I had the link and I was like, I'll just scroll through a little bit of it, whatever. And the next thing I know, I am like engrossed in my phone, just reading through everything. And I'm just like, holy crap.
There's no such
I
thing. There's no such thing as scrolling through fan fiction, especially if something catches your eye.
I am in the presence of a goddess.
Oh, no.
And I was like, how can you say that this is trash? This is a masterpiece. What is wrong with you? And she's like, oh, LOL, thank you.
And thus our wonderful friendship began. And then we found and adopted a small child, Nicola.
Yep. Yeah,
Actually,
they found me at a train station. Note round my neck, pretty much just saying where I came from. I'm Scottish, by the way, not Irish, but nothing wrong with that. All the same. I get sidetracked. I do apologize. Yeah, they found a note around my neck saying feed her donuts and pizza, only not after midnight because yeah, she could get feral. And make sure she gets plenty of sleep because she can get really cranky.
Yep, that's exactly how it happened. No, actually, funny story. I don't actually remember exactly how Nicola and I fell into
Yeah, I know
fell
you
into
put.
contact.
I know you like pretty much same with Catherine. We met through Twitter. I remember. Can't remember exactly how it came to be, but I know you put a post saying something like you're needing friends on PlayStation, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
I was trying to be social,
yeah,
and I was like, "Hey, anyone play Red Dead online? I would like some friends, please." And
yeah.
Nicola was like, "I like friends. Do you have pizza?" I was like, "I love pizza. I have pizza." And she was like, "Awesome. It's not after midnight. Cool." Uh, no, but see, here's the funny thing, and I don't think I ever told you guys this, so this is going to be like exclusive secret time, right?
Ooh.
Hmm.
I did not know that you two were talking. I did not know that you two were friends. And then
Yeah.
suddenly, like, we get into a party together and all three of us are there and it's like, whoa, my circle just got real small.
60 degrees of separation.
Is that when we took the stagecoach over the cliff and then Barda found
Yes.
some yarrow?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that.
Ah, the good old days.
I tried to switch seats, but I leapt out of the wagon instead. So yeah.
Yeah. And then from that point, we realized, hey, wait a minute, I like these random people, and we became really, really good friends, which is weird, especially for me, because it is hard for me to make not just friends, but quality friendships that I want to hold on to.
Hmm.
So to find people just literally at random on Twitter and strike up such a good close friendship with not one but two people is, and actually more than that in all honesty, but just the two of us that are right here or the three of us that are right here, like that is
Hmm.
extraordinary. And I think it has to do a lot with the uniqueness that is the Red Dead community.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like I've been in different types of communities before. Like, of course, there's comics, there's books, and things like that. But I and other video game communities, but I think Red Dead is the most welcoming
Hmm.
out of all of them. Like, they're like, you don't even have to play the first game. We recommend it, but you don't even have to have completed or played the first game. Like, if Red Dead Redemption 2 is your first entry into this, or even Red Dead Revolver, and you've never even played anything else, like, that's completely and totally fine. We
Hmm.
welcome you into our dusty arms.
and and I think that's one of the things that makes it so unique is like especially in like say we'll just say the Doctor Who fandom just because it's so massive. There
Oh
were
yeah.
a
Yeah.
there were a lot of really really good people and I made some good friends, but there was always this because it was such a huge age, like it spanned so many generations.
Yeah.
You had some people that had been watching Doctor Who since it came out back in 19 no well yep
63.
I
Yeah.
think I think so, yeah. Because I think it's about to turn 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have people that are like, oh well, if you haven't watched since the beginning, then you're not a true fan. And it's like I wasn't born yet.
Mm.
How could I have watched from the beginning, like from beyond the beyond? Like I'm not actually a time lord. You do realize that just because you're a fan of the show, you're not actually a time lord, right? But yeah, like that kind of like clickness I found in so many different fandoms, and I honestly expected the same thing. And you do see some of that, especially when like ships are involved or like
Hmm.
particular character, like favorite characters. You do see some of that, but overall, when you get down to the meat of it, it's like I've seen so many people that have supported artists, um, be it virtual photographers, be it digital art, be it like hand drawn art, and like big or small, no name, big name, whatever, like they
Yeah.
get supported, they get protected. I've seen people come together like in a flash to help somebody out or to do like all these different things. And it gets really almost overwhelmingly positive
Hmm.
Yeah.
because you're like, wow, this is such a great thing for such a really sad video game.
It's like we're our own like band of merry outlaws in a way.
Mhm. I think so, and
Yeah.
I think it's because um, I think it's because the experience of playing Red Dead, it was unlike any other game personally that I've played. So it
Hmm.
kind
Yeah.
of makes sense the community in and of itself would be unlike any other community.
Yeah. Because it's like if you look at, let's say, Harry Potter, which is
Mhm.
another very large kind of fandom community, like they are supportive of you, but at the same time it's so large that a lot of people usually get drowned out.
Mhm.
And so unless you are like a big name fandom artist or a big name like uh fanfic writer or cosplayer or for that community, sometimes it does feel like you are screaming out into the void,
Mhm.
because when you spend so much time creating like these different things that for some people it's like pulling teeth, creating stories or drawing, then it becomes this like, I work so hard on it, I feel so discouraged.
Mhm.
But with the Red Dead community, it's just like, you wrote this little tiny story that was maybe only like 500 words and it touched my soul.
Mhm.
Like they're like that. And it's just like, oh, wow. Well, I guess thanks. Like I wasn't expecting that.
Well, and I think like one of the other beautiful things is like it becomes infectious. Like I don't know about you guys. Well,
Hmm.
I think we've kind of discussed it a little bit. Maybe it becomes
Yeah.
like infectious. Like you see like one group over here that's like, oh look, here's this artist, let me help pick them up, let me reassure them. And then like you'll be scrolling through your timeline or whatever it is, the news feed on Twitter,
Mhm.
and you'll see somebody, you know, feeling kind of down, and then it's like it's almost like a pay it forward effect where it's like, no, hang on, bring the all you nice people over here, look, here's another one. And then you start the cycle and it just carries on, and it's such a weird family unit.
Mm.
And like it's unlike anything. And yeah, like just being noticed and being recognized, no matter
Mm.
how big or how small, like that is such an important thing. Because I know
Mm.
Yeah.
in some fandoms I created fan art, and because I wasn't a big name and I didn't have a big following and I didn't, you know, hang out with all the different cliques in each one, my fan art got sucked all the way to the bottom and I got maybe like a few likes here and there. But
Mm.
here it's like, oh, you did this thing, you took this picture of one of the characters that we've seen literally a million times over, but you put a different
Mhm.
filter on it. We love it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just overwhelming sometimes. Like
Mm,
it's definitely something that you know that wow, like objectively you think your stuff is bad.
mm,
Like, I think my writing sometimes is like really bad. But to someone else, that writing means the world to them, or that drawing is like the most amazing thing they've ever seen. And there are some really talented artists and writers that are part of this community.
Mhm.
And when they look at like your stuff and they're like, "Oh my God, that's really nice." You're just like, "Oh, well, wow." Like
mm-hmm.
you noticed, and it feels nice.
It
And
does.
yeah, and I've
'Cause
been
it's very validating, I think.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, cool. I finally found a community that I can actually not just enjoy, but I can be involved in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And on that subject, I think we should give like a special shout out to one person who I think like simultaneously unites the entire Red Dead community just by going through and liking everything. I'm pretty sure this person like never sleeps. I know personally, like I'll post something and then like 5 seconds later, there they are
I
liking it.
think I, I think I know who you're on about.
Yep. Now I will say I will preface this by saying I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name correctly, but Usman
Yeah, that's
Usman
that's who I was.
Wahid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, man, like that is the one person that you can count on. Like you post something, boom, there they are. You're gonna get a like from them. You're gonna get a like, and you're like, this is the Oprah of likes in the Red Dead community. Like, oh, you get a retweet, and you get a like, and you get a retweet. Like it's so awesome because it's like, oh, there they go, and then it's like, yeah, I was just scrolling through and I realized, wait a minute, I haven't seen them in a few days. And I literally had the thought while I was trying to find their name. I was like,
Mhm.
I hope they're okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
I
it's
wonder.
like it's like I didn't really get that with a lot of different fandoms. And it's like as a person who has a mental illness personally,
Mhm.
like and this is going to sound really weird and maybe a little cliche, but it's like finally I feel like I'm part of a group that if something happened to me, I would be missed.
Mm.
Yeah. And that's I don't know. I think I've expressed it before, that sometimes I feel, like, let's see, how to word it without sounding weird. But you know how when people are part of a community and they feel like what they're doing doesn't matter in
Mhm.
terms of what goes into that community, then they start to feel like, well, if I just stop posting things, nobody's really going to miss me.
Mhm.
But with this community, just like you said with Usman, if he stopped posting something, if he stopped liking stuff, it's like, what happened? Is he okay? Where did he go? And I find that amazing because it's just I see probably the same 10 to 15 people that would, you know, post things on Twitter, and they would also be liking stuff for the performance capture
Hmm.
um, actors and actresses that worked on Red Dead, and just leaving kind words and encouragements and things like that on their Twitter pages. And it's like, wow, just like I know that person because I've seen them around so much, and I know
Hmm.
that person. I think they follow me, so
Hmm.
And then you can take that interactivity onto, like, okay, case in point here recently with Benjamin Byron Davis's live stream. Like,
yeah,
it was really cool sitting there and seeing all these different screen names roll by, and it's like, oh, I know that person. I know that person. I know that person. Oh, I've interacted with that person.
yeah.
Hmm.
Like they're from Twitter. Oh, hey, look, it's that person from Twitter. Or I know them because they're in the same Discord chat as
Hmm.
me. Or, I know them because I follow them on Instagram. And that's just, it's pretty cool.
It is. And like I know, like, we're going on kind of a tangent of Red Dead, which kind of defeats the purpose of the whole, hey, guess this is us, guys. But let's discuss the cast members for a moment and talk about just
Oh,
how absolutely amazing all of them are.
Damn well made me cry.
Oh yeah,
all,
absolutely.
all of all
First
of
game to make me cry.
all of them are amazing, wonderful, beautifully talented people that I'm just like, I will support you whenever you want to do. I will question it if you decide that you want to become a supervillain, but I will be like, live your dreams, honey. Go. Do it. It's for the betterment of the world.
That's true though, and like I think that's the other thing that makes this whole community a little bit more unique than others is the cast members don't seem as unattainable is not the right word, but they don't seem as there's not as much as,
Distant?
yeah, there's not as much of a distance between us. Like you
Hmm.
look at them and you're like, oh hey, Kylie's back posting again, or hey look, it's what the hell is he talking about a clock. And if you don't follow Benjamin Byron Davis and me simultaneously, you won't know what that means. Um but yeah, or oh look, there's Peter being Peter again. And oh look,
Go.
I guess Liverpool's playing. There's Mick yelling.
Oh, Rob's posted another dad joke on his Instagram.
Oh look, there's Roger complaining about yelling Lenny again. He's not really complaining about it, but his neighbors are apparently. But
At
yeah, and
least,
then like Mia being a full queen, like absolute queen on Twitter. Like, oh my god, I love her. I love all of them.
and
Hmm.
Stephen J. Palmer just posting pictures of stuff that he's doing and where he lives with like, oh, I saw some otters and there's all kinds of animals here, and they're just like, please, I would love to see otters. I would love to see them.
That one time he posted the picture of the cloud, and he's like, "What do you guys see?" Like, it was like that
I
was
saw
so
Mickey. I
random.
saw. I saw Mickey Mouse.
I
I did
saw
too.
I saw an animal that I can't whose name I can't pronounce.
Mm.
Uh, an anteater and a echidna.
No, I can
Ah,
say I can say anteater. Come on.
Aardvark.
No, it wasn't an aardvark. It was
Lapis.
I'll t- I don't I can't say it, guys. I can see it. What do you want? I can't draw you a picture.
Maybe describe it visually.
Like a lizard with headbands.
um, Exotl?
That's it.
I was gonna. I was gonna say that thing
Or
that spits in that guy's face in Jurassic Park, but I'm clearly thinking of something else.
Clearly.
wait, maybe I pronounced it wrong. An exotl? No,
I
I
d-
think it's an exodal. It's an
Look,
axodal.
it's a lizard with a headdress. Okay, that's all I've got.
It's a lizard that lives in a cave with little red fans on the side of its head.
Ooga chaka. Like that's what I imagine them. They all say. Like that's their theme tune. But yeah, one of
Oh,
those things.
oh goodness.
And I was like, and you can't change my mind. And then he was like, yeah, it's Mickey Mouse. And I was like, boring.
But just in general, this entire community is just great. It's wonderful. Like
Hmm.
I enjoy seeing everyone posting stuff. I don't get tired of it. I follow a few of them from Twitter on Instagram, like
Hmm.
Sam. She has an Instagram for her cat, who
Hmm.
is adorable. And sometimes I don't know what they're doing because she's like, I don't know how they got up there, but they're on the wall now. I guess that's where they'll just be, you
That is
know?
their life now. Is that the cat that started off as Arthur, but then they found out it was actually a Martha?
Yeah. Whose godfather is Peter, who likes every single picture that the cat that that she posts of her cat. So I
Oh,
mean,
we know it's the cat posting pictures. It's fine. You
yeah.
can confess. It's fine. It's the cat.
But yeah, it's just this community is so great, and as such, we've just become really good friends over the last few months.
Hmm.
Enough so that we have done, oh God, what what have we done? We've become the Cameo Gang,
What
and
have we become? Who are
That
we?
that in itself has its own origin.
It
oh
really
God.
is.
So cameos, if you don't know, if you're, living under a rock or in a barn, cameos are essentially short videos, probably 3 to 5 minutes long, that you can get from celebrities, or from celebrities, singers. There's some, like, I think there's some professors or doctors on Cameo.
And impersonators. A lot of impersonators have started doing
Mm.
Cameo.
Yeah, and just comedians as well. So there's all kinds of people on Cameo, and essentially you would pay them money for and have them do a video for you, and the video would just be to whatever you had asked them. So I'm sending this video as a gift to a friend. She really likes you. Would you be able to say happy birthday? And they'd send a video to you after they did it, after like a week or so, that's like them saying happy birthday to your friend, insert name here. um and so we started this tradition of sending each other cameos.
Technically, let me correct you. Technically, Nickel and I started it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
there was a period there where I was like addicted to Cameo. Like because it all started off with Kylie, Rob, Roger, I believe, and Benjamin Byron Davis doing for charity. And so like all the proceeds, because this was like very very early on in all of the COVID-19 stuff.
Mhm.
So they were doing for charity, and I wanted to help because like I was an essential worker. I still had a paycheck, and these charities were going towards people that weren't getting paychecks, like restaurants and restaurant workers and things like that. And so I started ordering these, and I became addicted to them like immediately. I loved it. It was a very like intimate thing, not like in a bow chick of welcome to the Around the Fire campaign, but like it
Just
was a
like, oh my
very,
God, they're speaking to me.
oh my god, they said my name. But yeah, like it was a very like one-on-one experience, and it was like, hearing these people that you admire, you look up to, and you think fondly of, looking like into the camera and like looking you in the face and being like, "Hey, you're awesome." And it's like, "Hey, thanks. I know I technically had to pay you to say that to me, but I feel that. You feel me?" kind of thing.
Mhm.
Um but yeah, I got addicted to them. I did. And I was at the time, Bardic or Catherine, whatever your name is.
Well, gee, thanks. Thanks a
Who
lot.
the other people that are joining me. Um, but yeah, at the time you weren't in a financial position to be able to get them. And
No.
and like I said, like the whole gift giving thing on the in the Red Dead community is like infectious. So like I was having a manic moment. I went, Nicola, we got to get her one. And she was like, to hell with that. Let's get her two. So like then there came the thing of, okay, well who do we ask? So we dug around and we put our heads together long distance, like, because we have big foreheads. And I'm just kidding, I have a big forehead, Nicholas, fine. um and we decided on Peter Bloomquist and Roger Clark.
Mm.
Now, for those of you who have never gotten a cameo from Peter Bloomquist, let me explain what it's like. You remember as a kid when you would go to the movie theater or whatever, and at the time they were, well, Nicola, you may not know, but they had Wonder Balls, and they were so exciting because you didn't know what you were gonna get. Was it candy that tasted like chalk? Was it a sticker that fell off in a few days? It didn't matter. You were excited about it, and it was such a mystery. That is Peter Bloomquist, and he probably tastes like chalk too.
Oh my god.
You do not know what you're gonna get when you order a cameo from Peter Bloomquist. Is he gonna read to you from the Audubon Nature Society? Who knows?
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Sometimes you get a Peter Bloomquist. It's weird. But but yeah, and then so I was like, hey, Tilly is her favorite character. Could you give us some funny stories about working with Mia? All this stuff. And just it was hilarious and I loved it, but mine came in first. So I had to wait for like a week of like, and we're talking like every night, and so every night I'm going, oh my god, oh my god.
Constantly checking my emails to see if I had a notification. Days went by, and then
Nothing.
finally, I got a response. So then automatically went on to the Twitter chat, thinking, Jackie, it's through. When are we springing this? Like, what's the plan? What's the plan, boss?
So now explain what you did. Explain like how you did it and who you got.
So I got Catherine a cameo from Roger, and I was a bit stuck for an idea as to what to request, and then I thought, maybe I could get Roger to recite a poem, and me with my very limited knowledge of poetry in general. But I decided, as a Scot, the only poet that I really know, the only one that been get near enough indoctrinated by in school, was Robert Burns, and the only one that I know and like, because it's a cute poem. It's a song originally. Was A Red Red Rose, and I thought, I've got it. So I downloaded the cameo and I sent it to Jackie saying, double check, this is like the cutest thing. She's gonna love it. So when are we springing this? What's the stick? What are we gonna do?
So at this point, we were still like we've been playing online together for a while. But we would go into the Moonshine Shack, which for those of you that don't know, the Moonshine Shack is this little thing. It's like a bubble server. You just go in there, you can hang out, you can play with a band, you can just listen to music and all this stuff. So we went into the shack, and we sat at the table at one of the tables, and we were like, hey, we got some moonshine business we need to discuss, right? Because every so often we'll role play. So we were like hoping that she'd just kind of fall into that. And I was like, yeah, so I found this really funny video on YouTube. Hang on, let me show it to you. And I sent her the one with Peter. And she started to cry. And I was like, that's not the response that I was expecting. Oh no, I've messed up somewhere. Hang on. Reevaluate human emotions. hang on. Okay. All right, these are happy tears. Cool. We're awesome. All right.
Oh
And then I
goodness.
came in with Roger's cameo right at the back of that.
And then she cried even harder, and she cried
Yeah.
for about an hour. We actually, like, we'd been online and we literally bombarded her with, get online now, please. Get online. We miss you. Get online right now, please. Hey, come on, get online. Yep. And she's like, I just woke up. It doesn't matter. Get online.
This will wake you up.
And so, yeah, it was all a surprise. So then, like, in the gift of giving, like, you give to one person, you want to give to more, right? So we decided, so Bart and I were like, hey, Nicola, let's get her. And yeah, it didn't work out as it didn't work out as
Oh no,
well.
you got me both Kylie and Mick as a belated birthday
Yeah.
before that one.
Yeah. We tried, well, yeah, cuz we tried to get you we tried to get you that one, and we tried to surprise you, and it didn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
didn't
kind of
work as
I
intended.
kind of cottoned on, especially when sat at the very same table at the Moonshine Shack and thinking, right, no, I'm getting a deja vu here.
Okay, look.
Who's got who a cameo?
Okay, look. None of us said we were good at surprises. We just enjoy giving
No.
them, okay?
We did better on our last cameo run. We did
We
better.
did.
We
Yeah, you guys did. Yeah. Me with
And
we
my
double
delayed reaction.
bamboozled.
double bamboozled. Yeah.
And I was even more bamboozled because I didn't know y'all were doing it, so.
Yeah, so there was a time period where Nicola had been playing something other than Red Dead Online. I know, scandalous, but anyway,
Mm.
we don't judge her too hard. Um, but we had a plan. It was perfect. Oh, it was cool. It was a glorious plan. And if a certain someone, a certain gopher child, had
Uh-huh.
cooperated with us, it would have been spectacular. So we were like, okay, we'll go to Madame Nazar, which is a character in the online thing where you can sell collectibles. And we'll be like, oh, hey, look, she did an update. Like there's new stuff here. And she'd be like, wait, what? And then join online. And then be like, yeah, here, look, here's a video of it. And then the boom, cameos. Well,
Yeah.
it didn't work because she, as soon as she saw that we were both online, she immediately jumped online with us. And we're like, crap, how do we do this now?
So we did go with our plan of going to Madame Nazar, and we were like, "Hey, there's some new things. I guess she got updated. Nicola, come look at this picture that I took. It's showing up for me. Jackie, are you seeing it?"
Yep, I see it. Hey, yeah, and nothing. Okay, all right, we'll try again. Hey, I got this really weird glitch with Madame Nazar the other day. I took a video of it. Let me show it to you on Twitter. Okay, and then Nicola's just like off in her own little world,
As usual.
and we're like, I'm losing my mind at this point because
Eric
if I
to go
just if
for child. Eric to go for child.
because if I just yell, "Go look at Twitter," it kind of gives it away. So I'm just like steadily trying to draw her back in, and she's like, "Oh yeah, Madame Nazar glitching. Uh huh. Yep. Yeah. Uh huh." So I finally got so frustrated that I shot her in the face online. For the record, like I feel like that shouldn't have to be a disclaimer, but it is.
I think at this stage, with the way that our posse operates, that's a hello.
Yeah, it is.
That is on par, I
Either that or
guess.
getting choked out. So
Yeah. So I shot her in the face, and she was like, "Ah."
So, and while this is going on, I am getting messages over Twitter from Jackie just going, she needs to look at the Twitter group. She needs to look at the Twitter group.
I'm
She needs
losing my mind.
like I
damn,
am
go for
going to
child.
and she told me before she did it, I am going to shoot her in the face. And then she did, and I was just like, okay, let's try a different tactic. So I was like, hey, Nicola, because at the time I had sent my friend Alicia a cameo for her birthday from Rob Weedoff, who is an absolute sweetheart. And I sent her one, and then I said, "Hey, Nicola, so Alicia sent me a cameo." And she's like, "What? Really?"
Yeah, that got her attention.
That's what got her attention. Nothing weird about the gang, about the game, about the gang, about anything. She is just like on par, rock star and RDO2. Yeah, yeah. This is on par. Glitches, weird voice ticks. Yeah, I've seen it
Meh,
That's fine.
before. Yeah,
meh.
sounds about normal. But me saying, my friend sent me a cameo. Would you like to see it? And she was like, "Oh, awesome."
And her
And
little gopher ears poked up, and she's like, "Huh?"
huh? Really? So I had gotten her because she wasn't feeling all that great. Not that she was sick. She was just it was a down. It was a
Yeah.
down week. So we thought good way to cheer her up would be to get her cameos of people that she really enjoys. And so I had gotten her Curzon Bell, whose voice is like I love
And
it.
and he's the actor that plays Hosea on Red Dead.
Mm.
And in
Yes.
case,
I adore Hosea.
hmm
So I got her that and I sent that to the chat. And she was like, "Oh, is this a cameo that Alicia sent you? Oh, okay, let me." And she starts to read. Starts watching it, and then she hears her name, and she's like, "Huh?"
It took me a little while to cotton on, like a few seconds.
And then she was like, the best part was after she'd watched the first part, because the first part had been quiet, because when videos kind of autoplay, the first part's quiet, you turn the sound on. So she's watching it. All of a sudden, he says at the very end of this video, he says Nicola again, and she goes, "What? Oh my god, he said my name! He said my name!" And then she has to rewind and watch the entire thing. And meanwhile, I'm messaging Barda, "Finally!"
It's like pulling teeth.
And so then, Jackie, you had gotten one from Mick, didn't
No,
you?
I got one from Steve J. Palmer.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, that's right. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, she got one from Steve J. Palmer, and he read a poem from his grandfather,
Mhm.
which are absolutely lovely. And if he decides to publish them into a book, I would buy that. I would buy it.
I would too. Like I genuinely enjoy listening to it.
Mm.
Yeah, but he reads a poem from his grandfather, and Jackie had sent that also, and Nicola finally watched both videos, and she was like, we're like, we got her. Yes, finally, the
Finally,
prestige.
it only
Yeah.
took an hour and a half.
Felt like 5.
But no, like and we joke amongst each other that we've become the weird Red Dead Cameo Gang because like we keep kind of cycling between the same people and and we're like, with all of our weird requests and all our names randomly popping up, like, hey, could you give a cameo to this person? Hey, by the way, also while you're here, could you give a cameo to this person? Like, I was like, we have ended up in one of their Zoom calls. You
Oh,
just know it.
oh God, I hope not. Oh God.
Like,
Hopefully, we're not like that guy that wanted to request Rob to say that his brother smells like paint thinner. Hopefully, we're not in the same league as that. Because,
Or that guy that Kylie said had messaged her just to ask her if she could send a picture of her feet to him.
oh
I
no.
I think we're more in line with the time that Peter and Rob smashed eggs on like in their hands. I think we're on par with that.
Oh
Like we're not
goodness.
necessarily talked about highly, but we're not talked about badly either. But it is a really weird, unfortunate event that you don't forget because the evidence is on your front porch. That kind of thing.
Yeah. How I'd want to be a fly on the wall to see that.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't think you understand the amount of money I would give to see that exchange and just watch not just the fact that like the look on Rob's face when the egg broke. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, apparently Peter and Rob being them, Peter was like, "Yeah, if you hold an egg with equal pressure, it won't break." And of course, Rob's like, "I think I can break this." So he squeezes it and he didn't give equal pressure and it exploded.
yeah.
And so Peter felt bad because the egg went everywhere. So to make him feel better, he just like took the egg and like crushed it on his forehead. And I'm like, I would have loved to have seen not only like the exchange as a whole, but each person's individual facial expressions. Like all the people that were there, I would have loved to have seen their individual facial expressions.
Because not only were Peter and Rob on a call together, it was Rob, his wife, Roger, and Benjamin, Byron Davis, all on a Zoom call together. And while Peter and Roger and like Rob were like eggs, 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 probably Rob's like wife was just talking, like having a normal conversation with Ben, like, oh, how was your day? How's California? Like, how's where you live? Is it too hot? Like over here, it's just normal conversation. And over here is like eggs, gang, eggs, eggs, eggs.
I could actually like legitimately see that. Like and then everyone just stopping and looking at them like, really? Really?
Really?
Are you are you done, boys?
All right, so we broke the eggs. Are we done? Can we talk about something other than eggs now? Like,
Because and it was just that Rob had said it got over all over him, it got all over his wife, it got all over like the floor, and he's like, there's eggs still on the floor that I couldn't get up. And I was just like, oh my god, this story was related through a cameo that I had requested for my friend Alicia. I had requested a birthday wish because her birthday was in July, and she doesn't live in the country, in the United States. She lives in Europe. So I was like, okay, I would like to send her a happy birthday, and when I receive it, like I'll probably receive it really fast. So I did it a weekend ahead, and I had asked him, hey, can you say my friend, to my friend, happy birthday? Because we don't live in the same country, so I cannot celebrate her birthday with her. And she would absolutely adore this. Thank you so much. And he was like, oh, awesome. So he's like, happy birthday. You guys aren't in the same country. I wonder what country you guys are in. Maybe you're not in the same country. And I was just like, this is already gold. Just absolutely love this right now. And he goes on to say, tell about his wife and how his wife had a birthday and she did like a big giant Zoom party. And then he started, I would thought that that would be it, that he would go, hey, happy birthday. Thank you, like, thank you so much. And then just end it. But no, he went on and he talked about egg breaking. And I was just like, wow.
like the whole video ended up being like 6 minutes long, right?
Yeah, it was 6 minutes. It was the most fascinating stream of conscious that I have ever heard in my entire life. And I was just like, this is like the most amazing thing ever. And he just said happy birthday, talked about his wife's birthday, talked about how they had a party. Then he went into eggs, and then he went into how he broke an egg on his, like with his hand, because he's just like, I got this. I can squeeze it with equal pressure. And probably while he was saying that, it broke.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
that'll be easy. Smash.
Oh, it wasn't
Uh,
easy.
it wasn't easy at all. And I was just like, she's gonna love this.
I
So I
think
send it to her.
I think my favorite cameo that because I it was a legitimate surprise. What? Because like because everyone else has had their birthdays and whatnot and had surprises, I was just like, I'm just gonna get this out of the way for my birthday. I want cameos, as many cameos as possible. Give me all of them. I will love them. I will watch them repeatedly for a month straight. I will love them. Trust me, it is worth it. But so yeah, but this one was a genuine surprise. It was from my friend Susanna, which I also met, ironically through Nicola, your live stream that you did on Instagram. We
Yeah.
just we just happened to kick up a conversation while it was going, and we're like, "Hey, this random human is cool. I like you. I want to keep you as a friend." And we just started talking, and we got really really close. And so she like I was in a really bad place mentally for a while there. She decided to surprise me with
Mhm.
a cameo from Benjamin Brian Davis. And while I was expecting like certain things to happen, I was not expecting to be told that I was recognized, which again is one of the things that makes this community so awesome is not only do they know you, but they recognize you. And
Oh.
which I think is awesome. And then
It's terrifying.
it is, but it's also really cool. But but then he told me like that he notices that I'm one of the helpers, and like that meant the world to me. And I cried a lot. Like I was at work, I was a sobbing mess. Thank God there was nobody in the hotel really. And I was a sobbing, absolute sobbing mess at work. And then all of a sudden it changes, it flips, and he goes, "But there is something I have to get riled up about." And I was like, "Oh no. Oh no, what did she tell him to do? Oh no, what did she tell him?" Because there's a lot, you know? And
Mhm.
so, so then he looks at the camera and he goes, "I have been asked to get angry and say coconut bubbles." And I died, y'all. I have not laughed that hard. I was sitting there, I fell out of my chair. I was on the phone with my friend Joanna at the time, and I was telling her, and like she could kind of hear what was going on, and then all of a sudden I was on the floor and I couldn't breathe, and I was laughing so hard, and it was like laughing and crying, so there was this weird inhuman noise coming out of my face because rage of emotions going on. And I'm trying to explain what what he just said and why it's so funny, but I couldn't because I couldn't breathe. And I would start to explain what had just happened and why I was face down in the carpet. And I would just start laughing harder. So this weird, inhuman hyena noise would just get louder and more hyena like. And I thought I was going to die. I laughed so hard, I literally almost passed out.
Yeah, you sent a picture, like you sent a picture to us, your face is all red. You had like your inhaler and
Yeah,
you were just like, I was like, "Are you okay?" And you're just like,
no.
they no. They said you're going to want to take a look at this.
So, okay, so the story is behind coconut bubbles, because I feel like this needs to be explained, is because that's just a really weird, random thing to say, right?
Yeah.
So, Susanna and I were talking, and she said auto coconut instead of autocorrect, and that made me laugh like really hard because coconut is one of those words that just makes me laugh all the time.
I'll
Well,
keep a mental note of that.
crap. But I'm gonna get a lot of cameos that say coconut bubbles from now on. But no, the time has passed, guys. But but for her it's bubbles, because whenever you're sad, if you just try to say bubbles angrily, like you can't, it's impossible. So I decided to test this theory, and I sent her a voice clip of me trying to angrily say bubbles, and that's when I discovered that my voice could go really low. And she was like,
Mhm.
"What?" Like it was a new octave even for me, and I was like, "Oh." Finally, my balls have dropped. Fantastic. Where have you been all of my life? I needed you like 15 years ago. But um but yeah, so that became our running joke was coconut bubbles. So she just put them together and just hearing him angrily say coconut bubbles was honestly like the time of my life. And I will not lie, that was given to me what, oh, I don't even remember when, but that was like back in May, something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I still watch it. like like I'll be sad and I'll just go like I will skip like the helper part. It's like, oh, that's really nice. Yay, thank you for that. But I'll just skip right to coconut bubbles and I'll just die all over again.
Yeah, I have all the cameos that I received from you guys saved onto a playlist, and they're really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love getting them. I have not bought any recently. I think the last one that I bought was for Nicola. But
Mhm.
Jackie's birthday is coming up, so
Yeah.
I say we all just get her Benjamin Byron Davis saying happy birthday as like your friend Catherine asked me to say happy birthday, and your friend Nicola also asked me to say happy
He's
birthday.
gonna get so tired of hearing my name. He's just gonna like after the fifth time, he's just gonna be like, to hell with it. Just happy birthday. Okay? I've got like 10 more. Just happy birthday from this person and this person and this person. Just leave me alone. No, and for that reason, I specifically was like, look, you guys need to coordinate and figure out who's getting what. Because the funny thing is, every single one of my friends at some point has claimed, oh, when I get you a cameo from Benjamin Brian Davis, I was like, wait a minute, hang on, no, because she said, oh no, this is gonna be bad. So it's like, on the one hand, yay, birthday, and on the other hand, oh god.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, that's why I'm just, when you say that, more than likely we have been mentioned in their Zoom calls at one point or another. It terrifies me because that means, oh goodness, that means, it means so much stuff. Like, it wasn't until recently that I found out that Peter Bloomquist and Mick Melempi both read like uh, these blog posts that I do for the gamers, that and I was like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Uh, for those that don't know, the gamers are a blog website that is a, I want to say it's a safe space
Mhm.
essentially
Mhm.
for women, marginalized genders, people of color. Just, if you play games, that is a place for you.
Mhm.
And they like to focus on women in the gaming field, or people that are non-binary, or people that are transgender, that work in the gaming industry or play video games, because you know, where we make up about 48% of the gaming population.
Mhm.
And while a lot of video games uh, cater to men, there's some that are just like, you're a girl, you like words of friends, right? That's a game for you,
You
right?
play you play Barbie Simulator or whatever it's called.
Look, a Barbie Horse Girl Simulator is the best horse girl simulator besides playing as Arthur Horse Girl Morgan. Okay?
Yeah, I won't hear anybody talk trash about Barbie Explorer.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
that that
My
that
bad.
that blows Tomb Raider out of the water.
Yeah.
Clearly, guys, I've stepped on a nerve.
Mm.
My
but
bad.
but yeah, like I've written some pieces for them, and during quarantine, because I was just like, why not? And so I've written some pieces for them, and when, oh goodness, when I don't who was it? Was it, it was you that had sent me the Peter one.
Hmm.
Um And Peter had mentioned what I was doing for the community, and I was just like, Jackie, Nicola, how does he know what I'm doing? And Jackie was like, okay, so, and she tells me that when she had requested it and she had written my name and what my Twitter handle was, uh, you said that he had turned because you can chat with them to be more specific because the description box of what you want for the video only holds so many words. It's
Mhm.
basically like the Twitter characters, it's like 140 words.
It's
So
worse.
yeah,
Yeah, it is.
it's
Or I think it's like if you can't afford to buy a cameo, but you still want to support your favorite artists or just celebrities, and you want to hear from them, you can pay like a certain amount of money, and you'll send them a private message.
yeah. So it was like for some the private messages are like $30, for others, it's a little
Like
bit more.
2.99. Like for some of the private messages, it's like 2.99 per message, or like 4.99 per message, like something like that.
Yeah. So she had sent the request in, and I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna let you go and say it because I was just like I'm still just kind of trying to come to terms with the fact.
So I sent him the request and I was like, "Hey, this is my friend Catherine, aka Big Barda on Twitter, and she's feeling a little down right now. I just want to make her smile. Can you tell her a funny story in case you need inspiration? Tilly is her favorite Red Dead character." And he turned off the messaging, the pay by message thing, and he goes, "She's part of the gamers, right?" And I took a screenshot of it and held on to it. And yeah, so when she's freaking out, like, how does he know who I am? I was like, well, see, funny story. And I sent her that screenshot and she was like, oh, goodness.
Oh goodness. Oh
Exactly.
no. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I was just like, oh no, oh no, oh no. This is bad. This is very bad. Like I was that little girl from like the Magic School Bus that's just like, this is bad. This is very bad, bad. Phoebe. I'm Phoebe from the Magic School Bus. That is my mantra. This is bad.
Was it Phoebe? I thought it was. Oh, I can't remember her name now.
I don't remember her name either.
I can see the character, but I can't recall
It's
her
like
name now.
that. It's like that little kid in Annie that always goes, "Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!"
Yeah. Yeah, so I was just like, oh God, oh God, this is bad. And then, oh, these people are so wonderful. And
Hmm.
I'm just like, why do you follow me, people? Because it's always surprising when you log into Twitter and you find that one of them, for whatever post either that you've done or that they have done, they've liked whatever you've said.
Hmm.
And it's just like, oh God, oh God, oh God. I didn't write anything stupid, did I? And then it turns out that you did write something dumb. And you're just like, oh God, they're just gonna remember me as that person that said, well, ducks have feathers on their post, and you're just and
or or you go back and look like, please, 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 please tell me autocorrect did not get me. Ah, yep, there it goes. Autocorrect got me.
and and so yeah, they're just a lot of them follow the gamers on Twitter, and so it would be eventual that they would see your blog post and things like that. And so I just hadn't clued into my mind that this person that I'm following that also followed them would be like, hey, I've seen her stories, like I've seen her articles, I've read them. And I'm just like, oh, does that mean that they've also read?
They've seen me, but have they read me?
Yeah, so
That is by far the worst pirate. Ah, but you have heard of me. That's me. But
it's yeah.
But honestly, we literally could keep talking for the remainder of the evening. However, we have been going for quite some time, so we don't want to give away all of our secrets.
Hmm. What
So,
secrets are those, I wonder?
well, I guess if anyone really wants to know, they'll just have to tune in next week.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's right,
Or
guys. We're going to come at you every week.
that sounds
Well,
very, very dangerous and very sultry.
Well, tune in next week and see what we have in store for you.
Oh my.
we're gonna come at you. I'm gonna put my meat on your table. We got beef. We're coming at you.
Salted beef.
All right, and with that being said,
Thank you for joining us around the campfire. We would like to thank Brett Van Donsel for providing the music, and you can find more on his website at brettvandonselmusic.com. You can find us on Twitter at Cameo Gang 1899 and on YouTube at Around the Campfire. This is Catherine riding off, and we'll see you around, Cal.